Hey everybody, Pastor Nick here, and for this week's eNews, I wanted to do more of a personal update, a little video update, letting you know about a couple of really important things that you're going to find in this week's eNews, stuff that you actually need to take action on as soon as possible. So the first thing I wanted to let you know about is that this coming weekend is our last outdoor worship service. Again, it's going to be at 9 a.m. right here at Trinity Kimberly Way. But then after that, on October 4th, we are moving indoors. We're going to have two services on Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. And we have a maximum capacity for each of those services of 100 people. And so I'm encouraging you to go ahead and go to tlc4u.org/TKW to learn how you can sign up to reserve your spot. We're asking people to please register in advance, and that allows us to do two things. Number one, it ensures that we don't go over capacity for any one of our services. And number two, there are some screening questions that you're going to want to answer before you show up. Otherwise, we have to ask you those at the door before you can come in. So to expedite getting in for worship, you want to make sure that you go ahead and register for those services in advance. Again, you're also going to find some guidelines on what you can expect when you come for worship. We're also going to be filming a video, which we're going to send out next week, that's actually going to walk you through what it will look like when you first come, and just so that you're aware and able to participate in worship fully. But the reason we're moving indoors is because we want to be able to still gather in person and to gather safely. And while there are still some restrictions in place, our heart desire is to ensure that as many people can participate in worship as possible. And so we are just letting you all know that and asking you to register in advance, just so that we are able to make sure that we're gathering safely. Second thing I wanted to remind you of is that same weekend we're kicking off our fall series, which is called Speaking of Jesus. And that is a series where the sermon series and what we're studying in small groups kind of all go together. And so I really want to encourage you, number one, to sign up for a small group. And then number two, to make sure that you have the materials that you're going to need. And there are two things that you really need to make sure that you have. The first is you need to have a copy of this spiritual conversation curve card. We've been handing these out at outdoor worship, so you can pick one of these up on the 27th if you come. But if you are not comfortable coming in person, we'd be happy to mail this to you, but we need to know as soon as possible that you need one of these. And so if you go to tlc4u.org/TKW groups, or you just look a little bit lower in this eNews, you're going to find a link that's going to take you to that page. And while you're there, there's actually a form you can fill out to request that we mail you a copy of this. Fill that out today so that we can get these in the mail to you so that they arrive in time. The other thing that you're going to need to participate in that series is you need a copy of this book, 42 Seconds by Carl Medeiros. This book is the book that we're using for our daily devotionals. It's a book that we're going to use for our small group discussions. So you need to make sure you have a copy. Now, we are not selling copies of this. We are encouraging everybody to go online and order their own copy. And the reason why is because normally in the past, we've been able to get a publisher's discount for ordering in bulk. The publisher is not offering that kind of a discount. And furthermore, because we haven't been gathering in large numbers, it's just hard to distribute the books that way. So we're encouraging you to go ahead and go online and order your own copy. There is a Kindle version. There are ebook versions, which you can get immediately. And those are formatted just fine. You don't need to have a physical book, but if you do want a physical book, I've included several websites where you can order the physical book, again, on that same web address that's linked a little lower in this eNews where it talks about our fall series. So please click on that. Order your book today, because we have had some people saying that it's taken them a while to get their books. So you would want to make sure you don't miss out. Please order that book as soon as possible. All right, can't stress that enough. So read on a little bit further. You'll see a bunch more details in this eNews about what's coming up, but specifically moving indoors and the fall series are high priorities for us. So I want to make sure that you have everything you need for those. And last but not least, don't forget, this Sunday, the 27th, is our congregational meeting. You'll find a little article about that and how you can register for it below. So don't forget to mark your calendars. That's 12:30 p.m. on Sunday, September 27th. thanks for taking a few minutes of your time to listen. Looking forward to seeing you all when we move indoors. And remember, get signed up for a small group. We're looking forward to our fall series together. Take care, everyone. Have a blessed weekend.